looks better. No. This is just a second testing. Okay. This is kind of cool. There's no lag. Hi. Hello. Okay. Just trying out my husband's laptop. It's still not on my end the greatest of video, but so it'll be kind of interesting to see what's going on there. So, okay, perfect. That's kind of cool. Oh, in that Vistaprint order that I talked about in the last video, I missed some stuff. Nothing fancy or anything like that, but it wasn't just labels that I was doing. I have stickers. I'm hoping they show up better on your end. And I have these big stickers. A little bit. There we go. Those big stickers done with that really awesome black and white picture. And then I have those stickers. So just testing out some stuff, and some of that will be going out for a Christmas present for a person. And but yes, I forgot to show those. And the latest crochet project I did. I won't be able to get this all in there, but is a shawl that I made with a free pattern here on YouTube. I will be doing video and taking pictures and stuff later. I will be wearing this one to my husband's funeral. And it'll be my dress up and that kind of function. Although without him, as much as I appreciate all the family, I'm not sure. I suppose it depends on whether they're here in Wainwright or elsewhere, because I won't be able to travel quite as easily too. But I know Creech's Funeral Home, CREECH' Funeral Home online will be holding his funeral. So yeah, you can tell it's going to be a while before I find my way to not be so sad all the time. Spotted depression today, but still, managing to keep my head up. My cats are being silly, do the laughing thing, because the kittens are not. Plans for the house that I'm calling the Crone Cottage is to do a lot of rearranging. There's a lot of work to be done. I need to get the refrigerator out of the porch and into the garage, and I got to tidy up the garage because my brother-in-law wants his father's table saw, and I'm down with that. It's a bit big. It's in this great big huge cabinet thing that his dad built. It's really rather cool, but I think it's going to take up space in the garage that I'm going to turn into that workshop space, and I could be using the space for it for the projects that I want to be doing. So The other thing that's going to be happening is once I get that fridge out of there, I can move the little freezer out of the kitchen and into the porch into its space. That would be good because it's cluttering up the kitchen. It's in the kitchen because last week the big freezer quit right on the morning I was going to go and be with my husband while he was in the hospital in Edmonton. And so things were thawing, and I'm like, crap. And I had a friend come over and help clean that up a little bit. But now I got a freezer full of stuff upstairs. The freezer downstairs didn't die, so I've got part stuff down there. So a bunch of cleanup there. But as I'm going downstairs, there's this major tidy up. But in the corner, just trying to figure. I think it's this corner behind me here, down there, is where we had originally set up office space. So I want to kind of go and set that up, and potentially with the fluorescent lighting that's downstairs, this greeny that I'm seeing on my end, I don't know if you're seeing on your end, might come up clearer on mine. We have LED bulbs up in the ceiling fan in the living room. And I'm wondering if that's affecting lighting. That's why I'm having, when I film in the living room, even at night, everything's kind of a yellow color. It's just not right, and that type of thing. This stuffed animal over here that's behind me. His name is Buddy Holly. He will be going in the bedroom. We got him after we lost our dog Copper. A purebred American Basset Hound. It belonged to my husband, so Copper was my stepson. And what we discovered was the other dog that was living here was Australian Shepherd. And another dog mix. That if Copper and Holly had puppies, had a chance to have puppies, this is we would have ended up with this. So we called Copper Buddy, and her name's Holly. So this is Buddy Holly. He's actually wearing one of Copper's shirts, and I think he's gonna fall down. Oh, there we go. I got him to sit up. Oh, look. Let's see. That's Bastion up there. We have Bastion Cat. Him and his sister Morgana turned 1 early in September 2nd. And he's quite rambunctious. Him and her decide that, yay, it's fall! Running all over the house. I wish I had that youthful energy. But anyways, yeah, this is cool. I think I'll be using this computer for the live feeds. Because, yeah, that's one of the things that I've been wanting to do for a long time, is just either sit and crochet or sit and knit and just chit-chat and discuss things. Did get out yesterday, or I would say Wednesday, because it's 10 after 4 in the morning. I'm just tired, overtired, so you're restless, so you end up watching TV and sitting there thinking, I should do dishes and I should do that, and then you're eating and then it's late, and I think some of it has to do with the fact that I'm not used to being here all alone. Usually on a Thursday, he would have gone to dialysis. My husband would have gone to dialysis, and then if I went with him, I'd just be relaxing. He'd be in bed. He would have been sleeping either on the couch or in the bedroom. But yesterday, Wednesday, I got out and I've talked about the choke cherries, and I made choke cherry syrup from the choke cherries we picked several weeks, about 3 weeks ago now. And I took the clean pits and I put 12 in 3 spots out front. So those got planted like we talked we were going to do. So that's really, really cool. And I'm hoping, I didn't put them under too much dirt because I was in the wild, like out where we got them. If they fall off the tree or like an animal knocks them on the ground or whatever, they would fall on the dirt and then probably freeze over winter, which would crack the shells, and then the seed would fall in the dirt and then it would grow. So I didn't want to plant them, but I didn't want birds making off with them or anything else, getting them shifted. So I put a little bit of dirt on them, on a bit of a mound, so the next time like it gets wet or whatever and the mound settles, then I don't lose them where I don't want them to be. So I'm thinking I might actually set up a Halloween display out there, because I've got these sticks sticking up with little flags on it with some rocks and pieces of concrete around. And I'm thinking it looks a little bit like a graveyard. So I was maybe do something with that. But yes, as I said in the video, the Happy Meal video I just posted earlier, that I'm definitely going to be turning the yard into an opportunity to grow things, not just flowers. It'll be sort of a specific, I'll be looking for those flowers that I can dry and then in the dehydrator. I'm actually got celery in the dehydrator. I'm going to see what happens with that and see if I can make a celery powder that I can add to stuff. I don't like to eat it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it couldn't add flavor to. I'm pretty sure celery is a lot like iceberg lettuce, where, it doesn't have a lot of nutritional. It's just very flavorful. So, but yes, I'm going to do all that. And the plan is, to get these choke cherries growing and producing cherries. And the recipe that I got online from the Mennonite girls who can cook or whatever it is, I'm adjusting a little bit, and I'll be making a variety of things, is to figure out packaging for that and other kind of stuff. And then also take some of the dried stuff, the nasturtium flower heads, the nasturtium leaves, beet tops, carrot tops, and things like that, and then offer them for sale. That's the plan anyways. Kind of turn this all into a cottage industry. I'm hoping to get my hands on some raspberry bushes next year. I have a friend who's got golden ones that wouldn't mind having them busted up a little bit. So I was thinking, you stick along the lines of syrups and things, and hair. And do that kind of thing. Start out small. I'm now calling the house the Crone Cottage, so everything will be Crone Cottage Preserves or something like that. I ordered some labels online just to see what they would look like. Somebody already paid me, said order more, and they would pay me for half, so they did that. So yeah, that's kind of cool. I might even learn, it's not that hard to learn how to dry flowers. I'm thinking that could be rather cool to sit there and um, dry flowers for sale. Something. I know I love growing calendula, and I have collected 100 ton of seeds because being so tired this last summer, I didn't get out to get petals. But I did manage to get out to get seeds. So I'm going to be planting like a ton of those. And same with the nasturtiums. Like the flower heads don't look 100% fabulous all dried up, but you take it and you kind of crush it up a little bit, and you get these little orange and yellow and red bits floating around in your salad, and they taste like pepper. They have a peppery taste. So do the leaves. The other thing that I want to be doing is getting dandelions to grow, but do it in a controlled environment, because I'm really interested in dyeing yarn. I wonder if it'll show up better on here. Probably not. Like when I watched the test one that I did on my other laptop, the picture was a lot clearer and a lot better. But I'm not sure whether or not you can see the brown in it. See, it looks very glowy on my end. So, but this is the little bit of, well, that's interesting, that I did in the tea. And probably under Cubbyhole Creations, I will walk through what I did, make a video of how I washed this and where I found my information. Some of it was from marthastewart.com. So you can dye cotton yarn. It's a little bit tougher than, say, wool. Apparently cotton isn't as porous. This is what I'm getting, is it's not as porous, so it won't absorb the same way as wool. And that has to do with the natural fibers. I imagine that with cotton, it's just, with the plant, it's just really tight. And whereas with wool, it's kind of, you can get it wet, it will open up, just like your hair. It'll open up a little bit, and then the dye can be absorbed in it. And yes, I did dye my hair. I will be doing it again. I just need to, very shortly. I just need to get to the store so I can get the other color. I'm going to leave it this light on top and then put a darker, some sort of a brown underneath, so you get the layered look. And so happy it's growing. I think for me, the biggest part of all of what's going on right now is I miss him terribly. But it's all the things that are happening. Like, I misplaced my one phone that I was using to do work with. I'm managing with the extra phone that he had. But this is never going to happen again. That's what seems to be getting me. I was in the truck trying to find that freaking phone. I have misplaced it. The only thing that pops up in my head, I've done a spell to try and listen to see where this phone went, and it's just under my bum. So I asked a friend on Facebook who has some gifts herself, and she thought it was out in the truck as well. And I, other than actually ripping seats out and stuff, I even lifted floor mats, and I couldn't find the phone. Brought some stuff in. It just didn't all need to be in there. And it's weird. Yeah, because there's no more little road trips. I was trying to control it because I was so burnt out by not going all the time, but there's just no more of that. And so yes, it's going to be a little hard. My brother is coming, so we'll be doing some stuff, and I will be creating some memories around that, because once the insurance runs up, he's going to be coming back and getting the truck. And once I get it, I'm going to get people to help me use the truck, just because we pay the insurance on it. I suppose I could probably, once I've got the death certificate and everything, I could go in and cancel the insurance, and hopefully they'll turn around and hopefully you can hear me. They'll turn around and reimburse me the money, but I'm not sure what my financial situation is going to be like. So I've got some paperwork to fill out. So yes, everything is different. So in my sadness, I'm just trying to keep that forward momentum that I started prior to, like, this last, I think I started this in March. Started my YouTube channel here in March. So yeah, March, April, May, June, July, August, and September. So about 6-7 months now. No, maybe it's closer to May. That I started the YouTube channel. I was hoping. I had found out that you can get monetized on here. So I've been careful with my videos, watching what I'm saying and making sure that to follow the rules, the COPPA rules, because the Americans finally got kind of caught up with, children and TV and stuff, a little bit further along there for years up here in Canada. And it's very kind of trying to behave myself, because I look forward to the day, when I've got like 1,000 subscribers. I think that would be amazing. I have 38 now, and thank you, everybody. I appreciate that so much. It's just that one step in front and one step a little bit closer to my goal, because I would like everything about C is for Crone to be successful, whether it's just people watching videos and I get paid that way, or handicrafts and I sell those, or I turn around and stuff I grow in the garden and then I dry out or preserve or whatever it is that I'm doing with it, and I sell that. The whole goal is to get into a place where I can afford to pay for my own medical and dental, and I have my own income, and I'm not reliant on the provincial government here in Canada to support me. There's just a lot of freedom in having an actual job, where you don't have to answer to anybody. And this is very kind of low end, walking around taking pictures and making videos, and I enjoy it so much. Some days I don't feel like I'm talking to myself, or here's the silly, I'll catch myself while I'm doing something and I'm talking like I'm making a video. And that's one of the things that prompted me to start making videos, was if I was talking that way, why not turn around and just make videos? So I'm enjoying this live stream thing. This is rather cool. I had to turn the TV off because copyright rules, and I respect copyright rules. They're there for a reason. I don't want anybody stealing my stuff, so I'm not going to steal other people's stuff. So I might borrow, but I won't make any money off it at all. So one of the things that I really am doing, and I know I have done videos and it's probably a lot clearer then what's going to show up on, there goes the mouse, ow, on you, is I have done up video calendars. This will be my personal copy that I can use for show, etc. It's matte on the front, but inside is gloss, and then there's, let's see, I bring it in here, and Vistaprint has 100 ton of all different styles of calendars. February. This was just, I wanted to see what a black and white calendar would look like, type thing. December is pine tree and pine cones. All these pictures were taken up in Vegreville when my husband was in Dallas, at the park there, at the Elks Park there. And all these pictures can be turned into something else. Like this picture of my husband, I've already turned into postcards, 5x7 postcards. This is, let's see, there we go. We're using this as, I'm using this as his memorial picture. But I've got 50 of those made up so that just in case that paper copy isn't enough, like they're nice little funeral pamphlets, and they look really good. No doubt about it. Creatures does a good job that way. But sometimes that's not what people want hanging on their wall, you know? They want a picture. So I did a few. Potentially there are some people out there. After the funeral, I'll ask if, anybody wants any. Hello, Morgana. Hey, baby girl. There she is. Chrome Cat's over there. Sleeping in a box full of boxes and junk and stuff. And it's just a box of this different box that I emptied my purse into. So it's not anything, like there's a tablet box in there, so there's not anything comfortable, and she's just sleeping on it. No, Morgana. That's a good girl. She's so pitties. Yeah, you're the one that's pitties. Just don't walk on the laptop. But yeah, anyways, that's part of the reason why I got that one set of stickers, is Vistaprint so kindly puts the cover on the back. I may even have to change my plan with that. But as you can see, because it's reflecting the light, this is glossy, and I don't think my stamp would go on it and stay without having to wait. As I said in previous video, would probably have to wait like hours for doing. If anyone's interested, and just comment in the comments, because somebody might watch this after I've gone off live stream. I do have more copies of these. I still have a few of these. I had been sending out a bunch to a variety of people, just sort of as a promotion, and each one of them had my mailing label and the C is for Crone stamp done in purple, because I decided purple was the crone color. For anyone who doesn't know what a crone is just a woman who's in the third stage of her life. And contrary to what movies and TV shows like to do with crones, a lot of us are not haggard, ugly. We might be tired. Menopause is a bitch, but you know, we're tired. You might be tired, but we're not haggard. Um, and the vast majority of us do not. I would say probably most of, like, there isn't any that really look like the wicked stepmother queen person from Snow White. And that's what most people think of when they, if you know what the word crone is, that's what they think about when they see crone. And that's just absolutely not true. Um, it is just a crone is just a woman who is going through or gone through menopause, third stage of her life, and often it can be the best part of your life once you get past mental pause. It can be absolutely fabulous. Um, uh, because you have an ability to use your wisdom. So, yes, as you can see, I love to talk. And so making videos is probably a good career move for me. I have no, I'm not naive about stuff. It's really cool that I have 38 subscribers. But at the same time, I didn't get them right away. It can take quite a bit to get a following. I get lost sometimes when I'm making videos or now that I'm doing live stream, I'm going to have to sort of make notes and stuff. Because there isn't that participation. Like live stream gives you the opportunity to participate. No one knows I did this. I'm practicing. Shift. There we go. Arthritis and sore muscles. But anyways, the thing is, if you don't announce your live stream and like, what the heck? Oh, it's 4:30 in the morning. I really should go to bed. Stretchy. I don't know what people want me to be talking about. I know it says crochet because my tongue needs to work. It's yes, it's crochet, knitting, and more. And because I don't want to just be one thing. There's lots of knitting out there. There's lots of crochet out there. Lots of crafting, music, and everything. But I'm finding that as you're going, everybody's doing exactly the same thing. And so it doesn't give you much variety to watch on there. So I'm interested in so many things. That's why I have all those playlists. But now that, oh, there they go. That's my frat brats. Bastion and Morgana. Are you going to go get them, Simon? You be nice. No growling and hissing. Just play. You just play. Welcome to the Creighton Zoo here on C is for Crone, where we have the wild pride of cats. And you can't see over here, but the big, huge 55-gallon tank that's filled with guppies that won't stop breeding. Our largest plateau is about 6 inches long. When she goes, that's the fish that I'm attached to. Now that my husband is not here, the fish tank was not my thing. That was his thing. But when she goes, I'm thinking I'm going to get rid of the fish tank and open up the space on top of the stand for other things. Maybe just put a bed up there for the cats or something. And just, I like the idea of downsizing. Um, 2 people with health issues and all their stuff just means clutter. And we didn't get another dog. Just wasn't the right time. He wanted another one, but I'm the one that's looking after everything, so I put my foot down. I really wish we could have got another dog. I love Buddy. Buddy was such a wonderful, wonderful dog. I should actually do a moments video with him. It hurts his passing last January, so I haven't been able to do it. It was actually easier to do my husband's. But circumstances were a little bit. Buddy's death was rather sudden. It just flared up, boom, bop, and he was gone. Whereas with Kirk, it was lots of dialysis and being sick all the time, and we got there, and I didn't talk about it a whole lot. Like, I skirted around it, didn't talk about it on Facebook, didn't really talk about it with friends or family, because I didn't want him living in that place where everything was nothing but dialysis. And on good days, he was out in the garage, or he went fishing, or he was over talking with the neighbor who was a really good friend of his, one of his best friends. He'd hang out there. We didn't play video games quite as much as I would have liked him to play. But yeah, he did stuff. I don't think he realized he was actually doing as much stuff as he thought he was doing. So there are some projects that he didn't finish. He just started a new one without finishing the old one. And some of us crocheters who know ourselves know we can do that, because we'll come back to it and we'll finish it. So there's things I got to find so I can finish it up or pack it up and give it as is, because they know other people who can finish their stuff, or see if I can finish, because as I said in the Happy Mail video, I'm a blacksmith's wife, and there were other projects that that weren't just his, they were supposed to be mine. I wanted to make altar boxes and altar boards and things like that, and he just wasn't in a place to be able to get that organized for me. I'm not sure I'm doing foraging, but yes, I would like to do those woodbreaking projects, but I'm not sure I'm doing foraging. And the things, I have arthritis between my shoulder blades, so I don't know if I can swing a hammer. I don't know if I can swing a hammer effectively anyways. I know you build up in your hammer arm, and he does have a foot treadle to help with the bang, 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 bang. But I'm not sure what it is I can and cannot do. But I would like to work with plasma cutter, learn how to weld. Well, you use the forge to work with wrought iron, because you need that heat to heat up your iron so that you can make all those little curly cues and things. And I've always been interested in doing that. And he's got grinders and sanders and polishers and everything. So it could be very interesting watching me learn how to do stuff, or listening to me comment on having to do stuff. Last summer, he taught me how to use the Sawzall. And I'd been, I guess, I don't know, just moody or whatever anyways. Upset because we were trimming the tree. We had to We had trimmed the one side, and then I noticed that the other side was leaning way out, and all we really needed was a really stiff breeze, really good wind, which broke one of the branches that would have been the balance on the one side of the tree. And so now this tree was really kind of lopsided out. The little tree outside was lopsided. Branches were just up in the phone lines, and that's not good for internet and stuff like that. Um, it's a really good way to alienate your neighbors when your tree takes out power lines and phone lines. But anyways, I just felt emotional about trimming the tree up. Like, oh, it just lost so much of the tree. It has since bushied itself, but yeah, no, it upset me cutting all the tree apart. And he'd been using the Sawzall for that. So we had been talking about me learning to use stuff, and so he got to use the Sawzall. Well, I cried after I used it. I went and actually leaned and kind of hugged the tree because the vibrations up and up the Sawzall into my hand and my arm, and just the nervous energy of the first time using power equipment like that. Yeah, it was it was just a bit crazy. And so I cried. My husband loved to quote that I can't remember almost that the one about the female baseball players who replaced the male baseball players, and Tom Hanks' character goes, "There's no crying in baseball." He said it better. Kirk said it better, but and so he liked to tell me there was no crying and stuff, and I would always turn around and tell him, "There's crying and stuff if I want there to be crying." And like one thing I might pick up though, because I did enjoy that a lot, was the chainmail. Sort of know how to do the setup that he had now. If I can just, I wish we'd had a chance to videotape that, because that would have been really cool, because then I would have had that basis. But he had a drill set up with a rod, and used the drill to run the wire around, because I actually enjoyed doing the chainmail. Really did. I'm not sure what I would do. Probably, I think I have to find more wire with that. Let's see. Yeah, so that would be cool. I know he was using pop tops off of pop cans from the, the little tabby thing that pushes the hole in. You can make chainmail out of that, but he wasn't happy with how it was laying. I have seen crochet projects with those, so I think I might do a crochet project with those. Let's see. There is a sharp piece that's on it, so I don't know how well this. You gotta be careful what you're doing. Let's see. I'm almost at 45 minutes. It's kind of nice to sort of do video this way that somebody might watch later, instead of having to do it on my phone, then try and get the phone to cooperate with the laptop, and then hopefully things go right. But I've been doing pretty good, I must say. I really do enjoy making videos, and I like taking my pictures and writing on them and that kind of stuff. So look for more videos in the future. I'm going to continue to do it. I get excited every time I get new subscribers. Well, it is. It's like, wow, somebody took the time to watch you enough to decide that based on the video that they watched, that you are cool enough to subscribe to, which is awesome. So, let's see, 4:45 in the morning. I think this is going, and I apologize for this, but I think this is just going to be the order of the day for a while, just as I move through my grief of losing my husband. Thank heavens I was able to hold his hand and kiss him goodbye. Very kind of romantic in there as I had said my goodbyes and left the room at 4:30. His brother and his uncle were there, so he was not alone. But I just really didn't feel like my husband was there anymore. His heartbeat didn't sound right. We'd take him off the respirator, and so he was breathing on his own. They gave him stuff to relax him, so he just looked like he's sleeping. And I said my goodbyes, and I left. And at 4:30, so I checked the clock when I left the room, and he passed away about an hour after that. He didn't make anybody wait. And for that, I am so, so grateful. Absolutely grateful for that. Husbands are known for not listening to their wives, and of all the times in his life to have listened to me, that was just awesome that he did it. Me and my support person, she agreed. She said that it was very romantic that he did that, and I do feel like he's here. Sometimes I feel like he's here, but he's not here. Sometimes I feel like he's not here. That's probably just transition. He did say he was going to haunt me, though. So yeah, my whole world is all funeral and grief and stuff like that. But I'm glad I finished the shawl. I'm glad that I'm able to make orders on Vistaprint and that my order came today. I have that other order coming with my labels. No, excuse me. I don't think I'm going to keep my labels exactly that way. They turned out pretty kind of neat, but I think I want to go with a simpler logo for the Crone Cottage end of C is for Crone. And I do want to get out and walk more, I think. Yeah, winter's going to be coming, and I need my walker to go for any kind of walk. And now I decide to go for walking. But yeah, no, I need to do that. Get out and get some exercise. I'm so tired. I'm consuming too much sugar, and too much sugar is not good for your body. I don't want to become a diabetic, and I could be sitting on the cusp of that. I'd much rather spend my time knitting and crocheting and doing videos and getting out and about, taking pictures and things than spend my time being run by, is it time to take my insulin? Did I take enough insulin? So, yeah. I hope I'm not, like you sit and watch this video, after the fact, or I'm hoping that the one person that is up there, so far no likes, but the one person up there is not showing that it's me that is the one person, and because it'd be kind of nice if it was another person on the other line and not talking to myself. But oh well. yeah, it was a good day. It's a bit of a hard day. It's been a bit of a hard week, but I'm surviving. Um, it's a really good thing to want to honor my husband, turn that garage into a proper shop, turn the space in the basement into the workspace and office space that we talked about, um, getting some help and getting the renos done upstairs, so that I can move upstairs and turn that into the big bedroom space that him and I had planned on. And then the spare bedroom becomes a spare bedroom. I'm not going to use it for storage or anything like that. Um, and tidy up the living room. This is the cleanest corner because we have stuff all over the place. I would create office space and he would put stuff down. He decided he needed to do woodworking and stuff in the living room. I want to clean the porch out. He was in the middle of a wood project that he didn't get finished and left sawdust all over the porch. So it's been tracked into the house. I'm hoping that very soon I'll feel better so I'll be able to get it and really clean and really vacuum and not just half run the broom over the floor. That's the one thing I think that when it comes to the terminal illness is you got to ask for help. I didn't really ask for help. He never really asked for help. We both were trying to be independent and get things done ourselves. But to softly ask somebody, could you use some help? So that's my thing to be doing when my brother comes for visiting in October. Yay, Thanksgiving! Yeah, I think I can do Christmas, but it's nice to have somebody here for Thanksgiving. Valentine's Day, I think, will be the killer for me. Potentially New Year's Eve. But hey, isn't that what Netflix is for? Go and find movies and just veg. But anyways, I really I'm disorganized. I learned to be disorganized from my husband, who learned to be disorganized from someone else. Not his parents, a roommate. And unfortunately, it carried into our marriage. Um, but that's the one thing about depression, and is people are unaware is that you can function even without medication. You can be a functional person who is depressed. Um, you just don't function well, and you lose all that oomph to participate and the reasons why you should be doing things. And then things get away, especially if you have illness. And in our case, he had high blood pressure, with diabetes, high blood pressure, kidney disease, and I have arthritis. So some days I can, and some days I can't. And so between the two of us, it just kind of compounded on each other. So my goal in my public service announcement here is to take that deep breath, allow myself to grieve, and do what I can when I can, and continue with this new job that I've created. And then not worry about the fact I didn't get dishes done today. I didn't get dishes done today because I've been doing videos and trying to promote C is for Crone and the aspects of it, because I really do want to have an income for myself. And, as I said, I don't want to be supported by the province. I want to be able to travel, and where the heck do I get that money from? They don't pay you enough to barely live on. I'll be in a slight better place because the house is paid for, But by the time you pay your utilities and you try and buy some food and maybe you take care of my kiddos, my fur kiddos there, and get their needs met, there isn't a whole lot left over. So yeah, no, being on assistance, unless you're frauding the system really badly, is not a great place to be. And if you are frauding the system badly, shame on you, because you're part of the reason why I can't get the disability insurance that would pay me more and actually give me more of a financial functioning. So, yeah, I'm also watching the battery on there. So, yes, a lot of bibble babble about this, that, everything. Um, I'm hoping that some of the activities that I used to do with my husband when he felt well, I'll still be able to do. It's not that I want to go fishing, I just miss the outing. You go out, and that's where I take pictures. You know, um, there was talk of ice fishing this year. And I had said I don't know that I'm going because with all the arthritis, sitting in the cold wasn't necessarily my idea of fun for an entire day. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I wouldn't want to go on occasion. I'm gonna talk to friends about potentially going camping. Are you going? Can I come? You know, um, just so that I can get some of those aspects of what I had with him, with my husband, get that back. Because they were likes of mine and not just his. So I think that's potentially the most important thing about when you become a widow is to give yourself space to move through it all and deal with your grief, but is to build the identity that builds on the relationship that you have, but is your own as a single person. And so for me, that's a big goal. Because I absolutely do not want to always be seen as Kirk's wife. 20 years from now, I would really like to be seen as Rachel Creighton, driving force on YouTube, driving force maybe in media, you know, helping people be brave to speak out and do their stuff and use YouTube and Instagram and stuff and use it right and not just be in people's faces about stuff. So this is probably not going to be one of my most popular videos. The two most popular videos on my channel is the one where I had gas and made a face, and that's the second most popular video. It's like 51 views on that. Part of that's because I put it on Facebook, on my original Facebook page, Rachel Ancrain, and then the other one was the tribute video that I put on Facebook for my husband. The 71 views on that. I didn't check the analytics to see if everybody watched the whole thing, but I imagine because I put it in places that people might watch it on Facebook. Our family page that we created for our engagement pictures, and then our wedding pictures, and then just here's what we're doing. So here's a little update and videos and that kind of thing. I put it in there, and then after a couple days, I put it on his page, his profile, and I put it on mine. And thank you, everybody, for all your well wishes and kind thoughts and words that you had for me. I really, really appreciate it. It's meant a lot to me to have that kind of support. And for some of you that turned around, and for some of those that turned around and said, you need anything, just ask. I might be putting you to work. I really like to get the upstairs finished, and I need help in the garage. My husband has 2 bags of concrete out there that he was going to use for stuff, and it's just laying on the floor, and I'm not sure I can move them by myself. So I might be calling in markers, just to help get that going. That would be cool, because I really like to get the house top to bottom done. That would be really cool. It's quite the impressive loft space upstairs. Um, and yes, that is my goal as a widow, is to continue to grieve my husband, get through the funeral, enjoy my tribute to him after said funeral, which I'm hoping I can get somebody to video for, and then I'll put on here what we did for him. And after I put it in I might have to put here before I can, because Facebook can take like forever to download a video, whereas it takes a while on here, but then you take from here and put it on Facebook, and it's on there just like that. But anyways, yeah. It's when you're grieving, it's not about being strong, it's really about breathing. We all walk the journey differently, but I've noticed that a lot of people who continue to grieve for a long extended period of time, they've just quit breathing. I'm not the best at it. I still grieve my mother 10 years ago, last June. But it's an opportunity and a chance to sit there and you breathe and you take stock and figure things out, and then you be brave and you move forward, and you, like I said before, you create that life on top of the foundation of the life that you had before, and so you can honor that person. And one of the ways I've been trying to honor my mom is with some of the plants in the garden. She loved to garden, so and to continue with the crochet. She was a crafter. That's where I get it. I get my artistic side definitely from her. And so I think that's like the best way to honor. Not everybody's going to agree with me, but the best way to honor a loved one who's passed is to continue with your life. Find happiness. Don't live in the sadness. Cleo, be careful, please. And continue doing things you enjoyed. And then discover whether or not you enjoy doing the things that they like, because there's no better way to honor somebody than to pick up where they left off, even if it's just different. So I have been babbling and rambling for over an hour now, and this is really cool because it's an hour-long video on YouTube that didn't take all night, all freaking night to get on there. And I've really enjoyed this. I've wandered a little bit and come back to thoughts, but this has been really cool, and I will be doing it again. I don't know how many people will be watching it. I don't know whether anybody will watch it, but now that I know that I can sit and do this on the laptop, and I've got a laptop that this more or less works really well with, no lagging, not necessarily clear on my end, but no lagging. I will be back to do that, and I will be doing my live chats the way that I've wanted to do, which was just sit and knit or just sit and crochet, depending on the project. And not just me babbling, but showing things, type things. So anyways, blessings to everybody. May your Friday be amazing, going into a really great weekend. And may it inspire you to have a good week next week, despite all the crap that's happened in 2020. May some happiness on the weekend inspire positive energy in the week to come. And blessings to everybody. And I will chat at you later. But I have to find, before I go, I gotta get down. Mouse fell. Maybe one of these days I'll have a big enough desk that I can just put everything on. Oh, a cordless mouse would be good too. Anyways, I'll talk at you later. Bye for now.